You heard Home Minister Amit Shah, who announced a slew of measures, spoke at length about the relief measures which the government, has initiated to ensure that the normal life doesn't goes on, doesn't get affected that much. And he also announced several measures which, many believe would instill confidence as far as the government is concerned about, saying that law and order situation will be catered to. He made an appeal to all those who have looted weapons, CBI and judicial investigation into certain cases, so that impartial probe can be carried out. Warning to sue militants that if they are found violating the peace agreement, they will be dealt with severely. Do you think what the Home Minister said is that the whole package is enough to instill a sense of confidence as far as the state of Manipur is concerned?
Brijesh, good afternoon, and thank you for having me. Absolutely, a great, as I would believe, on ground in Manipur, to have the Home Minister there to begin with. Then for him to take such well thought out and measured decisions on what the roadmap ahead should be is, I think, a very good start. Whether it is enough or not, is a difficult question because, after the violence that the state has seen and after, this prolonged emotional impact that it has had on the people of the state, enough is relative. And but this is a great start, and this is what I've been saying on your show from the very beginning, that the role of civil society before any sort of other decisions can be taken or any sort of be brought back on the table safely. The role of civil society is going to be really important in ensuring peace. And I'm really glad that this is headed by the governor and that, it is in a way a formal approach. I think that will instill a lot of confidence. Also, this sort of distrust that now has happened between the populations, the fault lines have grown to such an extent, and as they would with such a violent period, that I think unless communities start engaging with each other, we cannot come down to, a long period of peace or, some sort of a permanent solution. Having said that, I also think, the kind of packages that he's announced to people who have been impacted by this is very, very important because a major rehabilitation will need to take people can even. So I think this is well thought out. And like I have also said in your show before, much to the displeasure of some of my other co-panelists, that this sort of a hard step that was suggested by many people, like the application of AFSA or president's rule. This is not the time for more aggression. This is the time to allay fears. This is the time to calm the situation down. That is what the government has done. And many times we like to look at situations just from a security spectrum, or we like to look at situations from, finding immediate solutions. Manipur is not the approach would work. So I think the Home Minister showed us that he understands the situation well, he understands the sentiments of people well, and I think this is a great beginning.
I would like to draw your attention to the two crucial statements which the Home Minister made as far as containing law and order situation is concerned. We have spoken to several security experts and also people on the ground, and reports have also published in the leading, national dailies about what kind of security nightmare the looted guns, are present before the army, before Assam Rifles and other paramilitaries. Do you think that the statement made by Home Minister Amit Shah that, if people who have looted guns and all surrendered today, otherwise from June 2nd, a combing operation will take place, and also this warning to sue groups is going to contain the law and order situation from further worsening, sir? and the initial
Uh,
demand of the Home Minister that there should be no violence in the first 15 days?
Absolutely correct. See, as of today, the biggest challenge is in two, three, four. One is no doubt about the distrust which is there between the community that has to be removed. Second thing is the relief and restoration package which has been there. People must able to come back and from where they were basically gone and they were uplifted. The third thing is the security situation. Now the question which comes is that Manipur had an insurgency. There is a two group where there is some sort of understanding which has been already established. But everything is gone for six after this incident has taken place, a violence which has taken place between the two main communities, Key and Met. As on today, number of weapons have been looted from the armory of Manipur Rifle and also the other two battalions of Manipuri Revolutionary Force. Now, these weapons are still in the hands of some unwanted anti-social elements as well as the militant groups. Now, if these weapons do not come back, they can be a security threat. And that is why what Home Minister is trying to bring out, he given a stern warning that these weapons must be brought back, otherwise action will be taken against them immediately. You know, the first question comes is why these weapons were allowed to be looted. Now, that's a debatable question because at that time, possibly the police did not want to further sort of complicate the situation. But I certainly say losing of weapon is not pardonable, and the weapon, in case if they are gone into a wrong hand, can be a disaster for Manipur peace. So therefore, the three-pronged strategy which need to be done now. One is to ensure that all the stakeholders as well as the local people should cooperate. They should also force upon those who have got weapons. These weapons must come back. The second thing is that in the armed forces which is there, which will now operate under the unified command of Mr. Deep Singh, must operate in a very professional manner so that all these militant groups which were lying dogo so far, they do not violate the terms and condition of peace and start operating and start operating and becoming strong day by day. So that is the biggest challenge which is there. So that has to be done. And third thing is that what needs to be done is that confidence and faith has to come into various societies and stakeholders. I suppose these things which has to be done, and thereafter they follow how you bring the relief package, how the people are looked after, how food and supply are brought from rest of India to Manipur to the train. Also, the packages given to those people who have been either killed or displaced, and a suitable inquiry which is to be done has been already announced under the Chief Justice of retired Chief Justice of High Court. So overall, it is a big challenge. It is not easy. It is a work in progress. But certainly, I will say the security situation is one of the main things which we have to take into consideration. We do not want the situation from here to deteriorate, and all these two groups make use of this situation, and the weapon which has come are utilized by them for looting, doing ransom, and also trying to disturb the peace. So I suppose it's a challenge, but the security forces are there to ensure that this challenge is met head on.